Yeah, I was speaking the mic, I forgot it's mute. Anyways, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone watching today's stream, and welcome back. I didn't realize I was speaking the first minute with the mic off. Anyways, welcome back to the stream, everyone. And today we will continue what we have left off yesterday. And yes, we are still playing Ace Attorney on the, what do you call this? The very first on the Apollo Justice series. So without further ado, let's get right into the game. And a quick recap: we have finished the first part of the first case, and it took us like 2 hours just to finish it. And now we're going to continue the other half, maybe, of the very first case. So let's get right into it. I don't know why my mic seems a little bit. Well, anyways. Oh my god, the audio isn't even playing as well. Anyways, we're back on Apollo Justice, the Ace Attorney Trilogy. And we're gonna continue. This, yeah, yep, it's this one. Alright. Should I continue the voice acting stuff? Let's do it. Right. Court will now reconvene. As our witness, Miss Olga Orly recovered. I don't think I want to continue the voice acting stuff that I'm gonna do in this game. I watched the VOD yesterday. I sound horrible. Well, I guess we're gonna continue. Yes, Your Honor. Well, she regained consciousness. Yeah, I don't think I want to. Alright. Perhaps you could repeat your name and profession. Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and a poor loser. Okay, so I keep forgetting that this game gets ridiculous as we go far. Why did I why did I not see that? This game is gonna make me lose my mind. Name's Olga Orly. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. People call me Olga Quick Fingers Orly. Oh really? Want to know something else? I'm not really Russian. And my last name sounds like oh really? There, that's the truth. I hope you're satisfied. Witness, you will tell the court what you were really up to that night. Why I can't speak? Fine, I'll talk. We had a plan, see? Let me remind you that you are currently under oath. Any further publications will have serious consequences. Fine. This sassy. Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy Smith hired me to do what I do best. I think I'm. Oh. Okay, so if you guys didn't know why I'm. Okay, it's currently raining here. God damn. Anyways, I was planted at the Borscht Bowl Club several days prior to the night of the game as a waitress. So you were in the cahoots with the victim? Not that he needed my help. Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles, but whizzing wasn't the main purpose of this game. It was about destroying a legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Wright. The plan was simple. Elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card and the trap would snapshot. Uh. You swapped the cards! Exposed as a cheater and losing on top of it. You would have made a great double play. Just like that. The legend would be dashes. Eh? The legend would be dashed to pieces. Indeed.
Getting caught red-handed at cheating would cast doubt on all his prior wins.
A 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan. Oh really, Oli? How droll. But it appears you have made quite a mistake.
A mistake?
I agree. The trap was elegant. Yet what happened to the planted card? Hey, that's right. He's lucky. I'll give him that. You'd have to be to slip free from a trap laid by Olga Quickfingers orally.
Oh really? The witness... the witness would have such...
What?
The witness would be much cuter if she dispensed with the evil mastermind shtick.
Cute? Who wants to be cute? I'm not cute. I'm bad. You hear me? Bad. This game is ridiculous, but I love it.
When you're through being bad, perhaps you could testify to the court. Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung.
Okay. I sound like a general overdose in like tobacco stuff. Here we go again. Right? That night I planted the card like I was supposed to. And Wright lost the last hand, just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. But the planted card was gone. The trap failed. The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. It wasn't me who hit Smith. It was that no good It was that no good cheating defender.
A surprisingly frank testimony that still leaves us mostly in the dark.
I think I should have. I can't do the voice right now. The trip was perfect, I tell you. Perfect! If that rotten cheater hasn't messed it up. Look who's talking.
Well, the testimony for what was worth is all yours, Mr. Justice.
With witnesses like her, who needs criminals? And with defendants like Mr. Wright, who needs prosecutors? Alright. Let's see something. Okay, let's check the third statement first. An extra card was found in his pocket. White would be forever known as a cheat and a fraud. The card disappeared. Yeah, my trump card, the 5 of hearts. Did I read it right? Yeah, the 5 of cards. Gone without a trace. Ooh, Zippo. But the card was nowhere to be found, is this correct? Never in my long storied career, Terra was quick fingers or they have been so readily duped. Don't look at me. Why don't you ask the cheating, lying, two-faced defendant? Okay, 5 of hearts is an action. Alright, did I and right lost a card? Hmm. I think. Yeah, that's a waste. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's check the fourth statement. What's odd? You searched Mr. Writer thoroughly and found nothing, which means he didn't cheat, which means he had no reason to strike the victim. Wait, what? Oh. Okay, there's something there, so I'm gonna press harder. What are you talking about? You, me? Quick fingers Orly. Hide something? The defense will refrain from baseless accusations. I have one question for the witness. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Oh, of course it's true. I didn't see it. Honest. I saw it when right out hit him with my own eyes. I saw it. This weird vibe I'm getting. That witness, for instance, Miss Orley. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? Touching her neck. Was. Whoa. The sensation. It's coming into focus. There. That twitch. It's so clear. It's like I could perceive her habit. Like I couldn't before. Wait. Oh, there's... Miss Orley, perhaps you are unaware of this yourself. Unaware of what? Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand. My neck? So what? What indeed, Justice? I hadn't noticed anything of the sort. When she says the part of the testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory as she touches her neck. I'm sure of it. A memory? Would someone care to explain what she's babbling about?
This is highly unusual. But let's ask the defense. You claim the witness is remembering something. Maybe you have the evidence of this memory to show us.
Her habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. So what would remind her most of the moment of the crime? Miss Orly, whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck. I notice it happens whenever you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. I believe the weapon that left an irreversible impression on your neck is this. Inerasable. Why can I not speak English? And since, it's the murder weapon, whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck. And what reminds us more of that moment than this bottle? The murder weapon. But something doesn't fit. If you were the only witness of the crime... No, I'm not gonna use the attorney's badge as evidence. Why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain? What's he talking about? Yeah, I'm gonna drop the voice acting stuff for this playthrough. It was Mr. Smith, the victim, who was hit, not you. This is a cross-examination, not a cross-filed conjecture. the witness habits, they're completely irrelevant. Okay, so I'm not gonna do the judges or any other characters except for like this guy, Apollo and Phoenix, because I just recorded some lines earlier for some auditions and my voice is really cooked, especially from the strain yesterday. So anyways, Justice, I'll admit I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a unique cross-examination. I'll explain later. Just trust me. Now's our only chance to break her. Miss Orly, please testify in detail about the moment of the crime. The very moment. I am knowing nothing. We know you're not Russian is a wild statement. Aha. Alright. We're gonna go. Okay. This alone already gives away about this. So, why am I gonna press there? Miss Orly, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you said. It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. Eh? And we know that the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made that phone call from the first floor of the Borscht Bowl Club. So explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely. Damn. The man who picked up the bottle and swung it that night wasn't the defendant. Okay, another... Yep. You dirty check his pockets now. It's gone. The card is gone. You lose. Just then, Smith grabbed the bottle from next to right, and he hit me. You, some master of cheating you turn out to be. When I came to, the victim was already dead. Is that it? That's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If it came out that I was in league with Mr. Smith, I'd be a suspect for sure. Well, where does this leave us? Madness! This is madness! I'm dreaming! It must have been me who was hit with a bottle and I'm imagining all of this. Buddy, you could have said it must have been the wind. This is Sparta. It appears our prosecution is at his wit's end, and frankly, I can't blame him. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events? Mr. Gavin? Sir? I believe that as the defense in this case, we are compelled to call Miss Orley a big fat liar. Hey, buddy, she's not fat. What? Three were in that room of the night of the murder. The defendant, the victim, and her. And she has a motive. A motive? Her plot failed. The witness got into an argument with her client, Mr. Smith. And the denouement... No, that's not denouement. And the denouement of that argument was murder. What? I didn't. I'm no killer. It's a trap. Someone's trying to frame me. It is me, Phoenix Wright. I mean, I can still get over that. We've gone through this entire case and Phoenix Wright is still aura forming here. Got it. What tangled webs we weave when we practice to deceive. So tangled we catch ourselves in the process. Mr. Wright, such a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph Gavin. What are you saying? Why not consider the other possibility? That there was another person in the room at the time of the murder. Right, like Mr. Wright was saying before recess. A single card was swapped into the victim's hand after the murder. The one who swapped the card didn't know two colors of the cards were being used. A fourth person. Ah, this jury again. Your fourth person doesn't exist. Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception. The perfect place to catch the real criminal. Real criminal? Schrodinger's fourth person. The fourth imposter. Or no, the third impostor. And we're in luck. A clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. And right at the beginning of the trial, no less. What? Apollo, perhaps you know what I'm talking about. Sorry. Remember what I said. The fourth person who swapped the cards made one critical error. he or she wasn't considering the color of the backs of the cards. Right. But how could such an obvious mistake occur? The cards used for the last game were red. Yet there is one person here in our court who thought those cards were blue. Yeah, I had that impression too. But why? Well, Apollo, think you can figure out who it was? Okay.
Who is this fourth person?
Why do I always get put on the spot like this? Let's hear what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards used in the final game were blue? Okay. I think for fun we can we can blame it on him. It can't be him. It cannot be Phoenix Wright, and it cannot be Orly. Damn, she's 21. Either. Wouldn't it be funny if I just choose this and then and then turns out it's him? I don't know if I'm gonna get penalized if I choose the wrong person, so which one? Okay, you know what? Let's. I think it would be even funny if it turns out it's our own boss, right? Wait, oh, wait, wait, oh, wait. Ain't no way. Ain't no, 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 no. Ain't no way. As I expected. Your eyes and ears are sharp as your hair. I was right? Christoph Gavin, you were the third person that night. But of course Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards. How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white. You can tell which of the cards are blue. The ones on the floor or the table. But look! You can see the colors in this photo. Yes, but when he said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light. Oh. It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. It was only that a game, in the purest sense, a competition, Your Honor. A competition? Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. Only the cards, their backs wreathed in blue flame, know its final outcome. Oh. Well, Christoph? Mr. Gavin? Mr. Gavin, Is it something... Oh, is something the matter? Hmm? No, nothing. Excuse me. It was just so sudden. Right. You aren't seriously accusing me, are you? Oh? Christoph? You know, even I'd never take a joke this far. This has gone beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity. The defendant accusing his own defense attorney of murder. I assure you, I'm quite sane. But what possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to do with the victim? I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith either. Yes, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met. Well, what if they have? Huh? There is a possibility after all. They may have met that night, before the game started. What are you suggesting? Is this true? Mr. Wright was saying silent about? Well, only one thing to do. Mr. Wright, the defense would like to request that you... Okay, why are you objecting? Mr. Gavin? Testimonies must relate to the case. How could anything happen before the game of poker be related? I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Gavin. As I explained before, the defense believed that Miss Ollie... Am I to assume you speak for Mr. Justice in this? He is the defense, not you. Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you. Oh, okay. Does the court, in your opinion, need to hear Mr. Wright's testimony? I mean, it's Phoenix Wright. Why should you not trust him? Yeah, it's still related to the case. It's being told within the case. So why is it not related, Gavin? The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court. That's too, Justice. You would betray me, your teacher? I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty. This is about the truth. Very well. The defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand, please. That evening, Christoph and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Shady Smith walked in 5 minutes after Christoph left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold, and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin. Mr. Gavin, you were at the Borscht Bowl Club at the night of the murder? I dine with him rather frequently. And he talked to the defendant on the phone directly after the murder? Quite against my will, I had become involved in a murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him. You were planning this all along, weren't you? Right? Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial. The only thing I want is the truth. As I did back then, and now. I thought my office was doing you a favor when you took on your defense. It appears that I was wrong. Very well. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Justice. Sir, he's lying, and you're going to expose him. Uh, Understood, sir. Mr. Gavin versus Mr. Wright. This can't end well. Why can't I have a normal trial? Newsflash, kiddo. Nothing's normal in this universe. Okay, there's 6 statements. Uh-huh. Damn. Is there something I need to do first? Yeah, the cross-examination in this game is always a bop. I mean, all of the music here is always a bop. I think I have pressed the reverse. Could you explain why you called Mr. Gavin? I'd obviously gotten involved in a rather sticky affair, and I figured Christoph's law office would give me a friend rate for my defense fees. Ah, glad to hear you intend to pay. Oh, I pay in full, Christoph. It was I who got you involved after all. You may find the price of your defense quite high, my good friend. Quite high. Phoenix Wright being Tamamo Cross. I don't think he's really that poor in this part of the story. Okay. You dance with me at Borsbo's Club quite frequently. You're enjoying as usual dinner at our usual flat as usual. He would still be a bookie. I always eat at the table closest to the piano. Okay, 5 minutes. So the two of them could have passed in the restaurant during that time. That would have been a fateful encounter, to be sure. Here we go again. Oh, Mr. Wright. What was it you said? Christoph Gavin and Shady Smith may have met. I believe I say that. Here I was all nervous about this meeting, and now we hear they just passed in the hall. It does seem a little weak, as a pretense for murder. Oh, it would be, if that were that all that really happened. About this failed trap. It's the same trap that Miss Olga Orly mentioned. Set of up resource. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand. And deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands are revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut. Yes, a harmless prank in essence. It was by a quirk of fate that it happened to discover it. A quirk? I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found a card. The card she planted. Yes, I snuck a peek at it and I found it was the 5 of hearts. I think there was a what do you call this? Serialization error here. I think it's supposed to be the Ace of Hearts. Oh no, it's not. That's weird. Disposed? Where? There was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle. An empty bottle of grape juice? The murder weapon? Yes, I rolled it up and shoved it in. The colored glass makes it hard to see. A battle of wits between the deceiver and the would-be deceived. That sounds like terrific drama. A card inside the murder weapon. That's strange. Did the police miss it in their investigation? Maybe I'll take a look. Mr. Wright, the poker head of courtroom number 3 approves of this battle of wits. Please revise your testimony with this new information. So I guess I could present the bottle here now. Well, I guess I'm mistaken there. Why in the bottle? I perceive my opponent's intent immediately. I'm used to entrapment. You see, I know what was coming. Oh, so you struck first. I like that. I know every trick in the book. They don't work on me. At least when you get lucky and stick your head in the pocket, they don't. Judge, don't fourth wall break. I mean, yeah, the judge kept breaking the fourth wall in this game. I don't know why. I guess he'll always see it coming, yeah. Exactly, cell phones don't get a signal down in the hideout. Was anyone else on the first floor at the time? Not a soul. It was the middle of the night after all. So there in a darkened restaurant, I called the cops. After making the call, I returned to the hideout. Didn't seem right to leave the injured waitress alone. And when you returned, the victim was already dead. Yes. I'll admit, I was a little startled when I walked in. A little? He was bleeding from his forehead after all. Okay, so we pressed that earlier and this... The only thing I can think of is this. It's either this photo, oh not, yeah, this photo, or this evidence. I guess not. I think this one is it. Maybe. Nope. Oh god, I'm dead here. I'm gonna take a save a little bit. Alright. What would be... Okay, this is a little bit hard. But I am still not gonna use my lifeline here. I feel like this is the only part that has something to do. I have only one life left, so let's make this count. Okay, so if we discover the trap, are we sure that... Because there is nothing... I think. Hmm. All I can think of is this. Nope. Well, that was boys. Okay, there's something wrong here that I don't think. I don't know what have done. What the? Wait, what? I tried doing that earlier. What the? What do you mean, game? Huh. So if I present this now. Oh, now it works. I examined the bottle and I don't see any card in here. Hmm? No? I can say that I know what happened to the card. I did put it in the bottle, however. Huh? Perhaps a fifth person came and took it out. Oh, and a sixth person could have helped. Mr. Gavin, Mr. Wright is your client. My apologies, Your Honor. I won't have you disparaging our investigation either. We look inside that bottle, there was nothing. So what's going on? Is Mr. Wright hoodwinking us again? Or did the card just disappear? In any case, please continue the cross-examination. I'm afraid decisive contradictions call for decisive evidence. Wait, what did he just say? Push him harder, Justice. Break. Why? It's just you and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO. Okay, let me check. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Is it just me? Or wait, which one is a contradiction? Wait, wait, there's a contradiction. Okay, I'm still looking for something that could help. It was a cut, but the evidence says it was.
Oh!
Oh, you're right. Wait. Oh, you're right. It was a cut. Or it was a blow. From a cut. No, I don't think. It's not though. Use the picture. Alright, there's that's it. Okay, it's not Olga's photo, so it's either crime photo 1 or crime photo 2. Wait. Photos of forehead hat removed during investigation. So if this is taken during investigation, that means this would be. There we go. Mr. Wright, if I may. Okay, don't be mad at me, Ember. Yes. Take a look at this photograph of the scene of the crime. See the victim here? He's wearing a hat. And I wouldn't think you could see blood on his forehead. Good point. Justice, next time you point out an inconsistency, put a little more oomph into it. Mr. Wright, can you explain this to the court? Ah, I forgot to mention something. I was the one who put the hat back on his head. Eh? You put the hat on the dead man's head? He wore it through our entire poker game. After calling the police when I returned to the scene, his head was in full view, shining bright, just like in this photograph. And I picked his hat up off the floor and put it on his head. Why would you do a thing like that? I mean, isn't what he done already but isn't what he done is already like evidence tampering? Or tampering the scene of the crime? All I can say is I'm sorry. But that's the only thing I touched at the crime scene. So Miss Orley didn't see it. It being the victim's or his head. I think not. She was out cold. I believe I was the only one who witnessed his head. Here we go again. Mr. Gavin? Pardon. It just seems that our client is determined to lie his way through this case. Hey, he's still our client, isn't he? I believe that is enough of that. Mister, this witness testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with lies. I'm beginning to see how you came to lose your attorney's badge 7 years ago. Well, you certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Christoph. I never knew. I believe it was you who threw the first stone. Mr. Wright, if you intend to ever tell the truth about this case, it's now or never. Don't be misled. I haven't told a single lie here. Eh? When I noticed the trap, I put the card in the bottle to dispose of it. And when I put the hat on the victim's head, let's just say I had a reason for doing that as well. A reason? That reason is right here. Your cell phone? That night. Recall that I spoke with defense attorney Gavin after calling the police. Just in case I recorded our conversation. What's this? Now that we're all here, I see no reason why I shouldn't play it back for the court. Christoph, I seem to be in a bit of a trouble. What's this? Game not going well? Something like that. That gentleman who challenged you, he turned out to be good. He turned out to be dead. Someone hit him. Hard. You mean someone cracked that flawless bone china plate? It it wasn't you, was it? Me? Please, the cops should be here at any minute. I'm in your hands. Should it come to that. Bone china plate? A kind of porcelain, very smooth and shiny. And not plate, but pate. I believe he was referring to a certain gentleman's balding forehead. The court appreciates the defense's discretion in not indicating my forehead. This game throws curveballs. Oh my god. The devs are... What is the devs smoking here? What are the devs smoking when they're writing the dialogue here? Wait a second. Something's not right about the phone call. So after Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you, he left the Borscht Bowl Club. Most certainly. Then how did he know? When did he see this bone china plate? Oh, that's right. Yes. That was when I began to see my good friend in a different light. Troubled, I returned to the crime scene, and when I spotted Mr. Smith's head again, I realized exactly what was wrong. Well, Mr. Gavin, the stage has been set. Perhaps you would like to explain this to the court. Exactly how did you come by your privileged knowledge of the victim's head? So this is your reason. The reason why you put the victim's hat back on. Your point, Mr. Gavin, has come down to this, has it, Phoenix Wright? Order! I will have order. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. I believe that this court has been left with no other choice. Are you prepared to hear defense attorney Gavin's testimony? Eh? Well, as the prosecutor, Very well. We'll break for 10 minutes, after which Mr. Gavin will take the stand for cross-examination. Are we all clear on that? Crystal clear, Your Honor. Very well. This will be the final recess for the day. Mr. Gavin and Mr. Wright are both in the judge's chamber. Who would have thought today would turn out like this? May I? Okay, who? Oh, it's you! Wait. Oh, it's you! It really is you! You're not in the court record! Huh? What? Hello, sir. Please pick a card. Huh? What's all this about? Is this one okay? Excellent. I have a message for you. The last hand is about to be played. You'll need the trump card to make it. A trump card? The card you have chosen is magical. Use it wisely, and the game is yours. That's all. An ace. Where do I remember that card from? Mr. Smith has 3 aces and Mr. Wright's 2. It is 5 aces, you know. It's true, I have seen it, the 5th ace. There was cheating, I swear to you. So this is it. The missing 5th ace. Wait, this blotch of red. Is this blood? You have your trump card. Now it's up to you to cut the deck and draw the truth. My father's fate is in your hands. I know you can do it. This bloodstained card is my trump card for finding the truth. It's the daughter. Court will now reconvene. Defense attorney Christoph Gavin, will you please take the stand? Now then, if you would, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. The witness state his name and occupation. Why did I remember the locket meme? Yeah, it's similar to the locket meme. Is this farce necessary, Your Honor? Believe me, far stranger things have gone on this courtroom. Fine, I'll play along. First, there's one thing we need to have made clear. How did you know about the secret beneath the victim's hat? By secret, I mean he means the fact that Mr. Smith was bald. Forgive my curiosity. What is it about this fellow's head? Your Honor seems to have an inordinate interest or it. Wait, why are you here? Are you supposed to be in the other gallery? I wouldn't call it inordinate, Mr. Gavin. Mr. Wright, who do you think you're doing? Or what do you think you're doing, right? Wow, things sure do look different from the other side. Wouldn't you know what I mean, Apollo? Speaking of looking from the other side, let's consider something for a second. The victim wore the hat all night, never once taking it off except for that one time. That one time being the instant he was hit. Oh, when Mr. Wright returned from reporting the crime, the hat was lying on the floor. Mr. Wright picked it up and placed it on the victim's head. In other words, in order to have seen Mr. Smith's bald head, you would have had to have been there in the hideout at the time of the crime. In other words, I must be the real killer. Is that what you're trying to say? Not bad, Apollo. Eh. So Annie was not okay when he was hit. It sure does. He does have the most unfortunate look, or the most unfortunate timing to look like Michael Jackson here. I'm afraid that I haven't been entirely honest with the court. What? Oh, I assure you I had the noblest of intentions. I did it all to protect my client, Mr. Wright. Yet I'm afraid in the current situation, I see little reason to hide anything. Very well, allow me to tell you the truth of what happened that night. Finally, you may begin your testimony. Tell us how you were involved in the night, or in the events of that fateful night. The rage I sensed in that man that night troubled me, so I returned to the club. I went down to the basement and peeked it through the little window to the hideout. It must have been right after the murder took place. The victim was dead as he appears in the photo. A bald head was an unconscious girl, and Wright holding a ball in his hand. I sensed that was not the best place for me to be at the time, so I left. That's when the call came from Wright. Give me a moment, guys. Alright, I'm back, people. Hold on, my mic. Go. My microphone stand got dislocated. Alright. So you witnessed the murder. For better or for worse, I missed the actual moment of the deed. Mr. Gavin, may I remind you that you are on Mr. Wright's defense team. Your testimony is clearly disadvantageous to your client. He's there. What else could I say? I'm standing on the witness stand after all. So you are, Mr. Gavin. And you had to testify as you just did. You had to tell them you saw the scene of the crime through that little window. Mr. Wright? You had to say that. Because that was the only probable window of opportunity. Right, Apollo? Oh. Mr. Wright, the defense should do the cross-examination, not the defendant. Yeah, why are you standing on the defense team? You are the one who was indicted with the murder. Like, let me do my job. Mr. Justice, are you prepared? Yes, Your Honor. Also, I sensed something wrong earlier. I don't think I was right to judge there yet. Uh-huh. Went down to the basement. The little window, you mean? Mm. Okay, so if that was the little window, then how could he see everything except for that bald guy? How do you know it was right after the murder? Really, no need to shout, Justice. I was just getting to that part of my testimony. Ah, there it is. The coolest defense in the West. We know and love. Even when you're standing up there on the witness stand, some things never change. I was afraid you'd change too, right? But you haven't. You and that overbearing personality of yours. With friends like these, who needs enemies? The victim was dead, as he appears in the photo. A bald head. Huh. I think there is something there. Precisely, you see, he wasn't wearing his hat then. I saw his head when he was dead. There are only 3 at the scene of the crime. Yes, as far as assault is. Two reasons. First, I didn't actually witness the very moment of the crime. Second, my office was asked to defend Mr. Wright. Even after seeing what I had seen, I couldn't abandon my friend. Alright, there must have been someone else there the moment of the crime. Alright, I'm back again. Justice. I just said I saw no one, not a soul. But that goes against what Mr. Wright said. Ah yes, the mysterious fourth person. Who would conveniently be the real killer, I suppose? Glad to see we agree, Mr. Gavin. Let me pose a question then. Tell me, what possible reason did the real killer have to swap cards in the victim's hand? Perhaps you can show us the reason why such a thing would be necessary. Alright. So it's either... Yeah, I think... Oh, right, the fifth ace. Evidence showing the reason why a card was swapped out. Yeah, you're right, the trump card. Juicy gave us the trump card. Then go ahead and point out your reason, Mr. Justice. Why did the killer take the 5th ace? I think I could... Let me check all. Okay, yep. My reason is, this. Is that an ace? Why it's got blood on it? Right next to the spade. What? This is insane. Why hasn't I told about this? Why? Could this be the missing 5th ace? Inconceivable! How could you? What are you doing with that card? Well, that's the thing. Oh, that card? It's mine. That is, I picked it up at the Bosch Bowl Club that night after the murder had occurred. I gave it to my daughter. Cards are her stock and trade after all. No! Impossible! Unacceptable! The court can't accept this evidence. It's a fraud! A fraud? How can you be so sure? Impossible. What? I would think the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the right crime scene. Why can I speak properly? Allow me to elaborate. What if this trace of blood was the reason? The reason for the killer to take the card from the scene of the crime. Where are you going on with this? Take another look at the photo at the victim's head. At the moment of the crime, his hat fell on the floor, and that trickle of blood ran from his forehead down to the back of his head. Couldn't a drop of that blood have fallen on one of the cards? I suppose. The killer then took the card to hide the blood. Regardless, that evidence is not permissible. Oh? Right. Regardless of how you wasted the last 7 years you used to be a lawyer, you know what a serious crime it is to conceal evidence. Oh, we can discuss the finer points of our legal system later. What's important now is that I've answered your question. Well, what are you talking about? You wanted to know why the killer would take the card from the crime scene? And now, I've told you. That one drop of blood would have been decisive evidence, you see? This is baseless conjecture. Baseless! Then what the hell is about? With lots of concealed evidence. Bro, they are gassing up Edgeworth on the first 3 games. I mean, just in the first game, they're freaking gassing up Edgeworth, especially with that outdated autopsy report bullshit. I suffered like 3 hours of my time because of Edgeworth on the second episode of that first game. Like, bro, let me win! Oh, I assure you, it's quite based. Oh, what? It's amazing, really, how a single drop of blood in a single card can lead us to the truth. It's quite simple. Well, Apollo? Yes? Try picturing the scene of the crime. In your hand. Whoa, what the? The murder took place in the hideout. The body of the luckless victim was found at the poker table. And before the killer swapped the card out, there was a single card with a drop of blood on it in the victim's head. Given this, there is one decisive problem with this scene. Well, what is it? Let's keep it simple, shall we? Given that there was a let's let's keep it simple, shall we? Given that there was a drop of blood on the card, whose position in this diagram doesn't fit? The victims, the killers, the witness, or the second witness? Okay, whose position would be... Boom, boom. I think... the Yeah, I think the victim, because the victim has the most... Like, for example, if the killer was to struck him from behind, it's impossible for the victim, because it's impossible for him to hit the victim from behind because there's shelves there. So the only logical thing is that the victim should have been here or here, except here. Well, isn't it the victim's position's the problem? I don't follow your logic here, Mr. Justice. Well, look, the victim was struck in the head, sending him back in his chair. You think any blood will fall behind the body, not onto the table in front of him. Ah. Take a look at the photo again. If he's bleed in this position, the blood would fall on the floor, not on the cards. Why, that's right. So what does this mean? Incidentally, we were sitting in swivel chairs. Swivel chairs? Oh man. Paul, try turning your chair around. The chair was facing the other way. It would have to be. So the victim's chair was facing away from the table. When Mr. Wright returned, informing the police, which way was the chair facing? When I came back to the room, the body was facing as seen in this photo. That would mean the killer turned the chair back around. Let's take the next step. Look at the diagram once more. We know the victim was facing away from the table at the time of the murder. But this creates another significant contradiction. Again? Let's test your reasoning skills, shall we? Oh, whose location on this diagram contradicts our new understanding of the crime? The victims, the killers, the witness, the second witness. I think the killer now. The victim was strong in the front, correct? Indeed. But wouldn't it be hard for the killer sitting? Oh wait. From the front. I would think it'd be quite hard, yes. Yes, but you're saying makes no sense. Why would the victim suddenly turn to face the wall in the middle of the game? I believe a sufficient reason will soon come to light. Huh? There's something in this diagram that makes far less sense, actually. Look again at the diagram. Apollo. The victim was struck while he was facing as shown here. Where would his assailant be standing? Wait, where would the killer have to be standing to strike a victim in the front? Sorry guys. I have to remove some of the I have to remove some of the stuff. A lightning just struck near us. Okay, where are we? So if the victim was struck in the front and he was facing that way, wouldn't that mean that the killer here? The killer had to be standing here. You get points for flair, but that's not all you get. I can hardly need to point out that standing there would be impossible. The victim is facing a solid cupboard. Or are you claiming that the killer climbed the cupboard and hit him from above? Ha! It's simple logic, really. If this was the only place the killer could have been standing, then that means that the very moment of the crime... Wait, I know. The moment of the crime, the cupboard wasn't there! What's this? I mean, that's the only explanation, right, Mr. Gavin? Your Honor, I have a suggestion for the defense. We should arrange to examine the cover in the hideout immediately. Bailiff, send a team to the crime scene immediately. Have them try to move the cupboard. Ah, Your Honor. What? There's one more thing your men should look for. Please give this to the bailiff. Yes, I see. You do belong in the courtroom after all, Mr. Wright. I do my best. Well, let's forge ahead here while we wait. Look at the diagram once again. It has been changed. The killer was standing here at the time of the crime. Then the cupboard wasn't here, which means... Apollo, try moving the cupboard. Thank you. As you can see, the cupboard was the problem. At the time of the murder, it has to be shown as here. Now everything is in place to reconstruct the moment of the crime. Oh my, what's this? Look at the diagram. Oh no. It appears we have found yet another contradiction. What I believe to be the final contradiction, in fact. Huh? Oh dang. Notice something, Apollo? Our line of deduction is rapidly approaching to logical conclusion. Now then, Mr. Justice, please point to the new contradiction indicator. Is it the victim, the killer, the witness, or the second witness? Well, since the cover was moved, then the line of sight of the second witness is obstructed now. About this cupboard. Are we all okay with assuming it was moved? Sure, why not? Well, if it was, something really doesn't fit. The cupboard would completely cover up the window to the stairs. Ah, that's right. Someone standing outside wouldn't be able to see in. Someone like Mr. Gavin. What? What did you say? He's twitching. He's twitching, boys. He's twitching. He's a twitchy MF. Oh? The coolest defense in the West losing his school? Don't expect me to play along with your little game, right? It's only a game until someone gets killed, Mr. Gavin. And someone was, while the window to that room was blocked by a cupboard. So, Mr. Gavin, perhaps you'd like to explain to the court exactly where did you witness the crime scene from? Excuse me, Your Honor. Order! This is a court of law, and I will have order. We just now received word from our investigative team at the Borscht Bowl Club. They've examined the cover in the hideout, Your Honor. Oh, and what did they find? Well, Your Honor, it turns out there's a secret passage behind it. What? Ah, yes. I believe I mentioned something of the sort before. This is one of the tricks to the room many of the regulars know about. I do remember him saying something about that, now that he mentions it. A secret passage is a handy thing to have when you're engaged in illegal going-ons. Never know when you might need to duck away from the eyes of the law. So the room has a secret passage. Where does it go? The other side connects to the restaurant above. The underworld bosses could get away from the cops and enjoy a cold bowl of borscht, no doubt. Just like our killer. You see where our lie of simple detective reasoning had led us, Apollo? I see it, but I don't believe it. That girl wasn't kidding when she said I needed this trump card for the last hand. At the time of the murder, the window was blocked and the victim's hat was only off his head for a few minutes between Mr. Smith's murder and Mr. Wright's return from calling the cops. In other words, the only place anyone could have seen the victim's bald head was from inside the hideout. Well, Mr. Gavin? Dare I ask what really happened that night? Actually, I think we can probably figure it out ourselves at this point. That night, for whatever reason, our killer had a date with Mr. Smith. A date with destiny. There, he crouched, hidden in a secret passageway behind the cupboard, holding his breath, waiting for just the right moment. Then, the chance came and he took it. Miss Olga Orley was out cold, struck by Mr. Smith. But his time was soon to come. Mr. Wright went upstairs to call the cops, leaving Mr. Shady Smith alone in the hideout with the unconscious dealer. Then our killer stepped out from the secret passage and into the hideout. By the way, that that scene was just ominous. The victim must have heard the cupboard sliding aside when he wheeled his chair around to look, and bam! After the deed was done, the criminal must have seen the blood on the card. He would have, of course, realized the need to destroy the evidence. That single spot of blood told the whole story of the crime. Too bad for him, he didn't linger any longer in the hideout at night. If he had, he might have noticed the cards on the floor, and the fact that they were all red. Well, it seems this trial has taken yet another turn. I'm truly, truly sorry I had to see this day come, Mr. Gavin. Mr. Gavin? Mr. Payne. Um, yes, Your Honor. The prosecution will continue its investigation. As for Mr. Phoenix Wright, the defendant, he is hereby cleared of all suspicions. Believe me when I say that I don't believe this is happening, Mr. Gavin. But I'm afraid circumstances call for me to issue a warrant for your arrest. Immediately. Let's... Wait. Oh, no need to apologize. I rather enjoyed myself. It's not every day you get to witness a legendary attorney's dirty tactics firsthand. Your point, Mr. Gavin? Frankly, Your Honor, I'm shocked that a person of your caliber would have taken in by such a low-grade parlor trick. Excuse me? The defendant is cleared of all suspicion? This is hardly the time for jokes, Your Honor. Mr. Wright hasn't proven anyone's guilt or innocence here. What he has done is use illegal evidence to put the blame on someone else. And not just anyone else, but me, his own defense attorney. Oh, shut up. Hey, illegal evidence? Let me ask you, Mr. Gavin. Is there still any reason at present to success me of wrongdoing? Of course, this bottle for instance. The bottle of grape juice Mr. Wright was drinking? How do you intend to explain away the fingerprints on the murder weapon? And not just any fingerprints, am I right, Mr. Payne? Actually, yes. The fingerprints of the bottle were, upside down. And that is to hit someone with the bottom of the bottle. Well, Your Honor? See how the caught fish screams to the last. Well, Apollo? Yes? Your boss seems awfully concerned about this bottle still. But I'm sure you can come up with a suitable explanation just like that. Yeah, just like what? Is there really a... Take another look at the court record. I believe you'll find a simple answer there in plain sight. It would be hasty to deliver the verdict with unanswered questions indeed. Well, Mr. Justice. Okay, let's check. Possibly. I mean, maybe he could have grabbed there. Or maybe there. I think this photo speaks more. Or this. What evidence do you have to explain why the fingerprints on the bottle were upside down? Okay, we still have four lives to spare. I think we could use this. I guess not that. It's actually easier to show you than explain, Your Honor. Place that bottle on the floor next to your chair. Excuse me, on the floor? Yes, now reach down and pick it up, without getting out of your chair. Ah! Oh there, wait, hold on guys.
I never sensed a bomb so pure, fearless spirit, wild and adventurous, drawn together that we couldn't hide. Lost myself in this situation, trapped in the void, fighting for response, drifting apart like the moon and tide. The grip of fate, a tightening noose, redemption's a grace we find true, a beacon of hope in the darkest times, escape from control, our hearts unbind, breaking free. I face my affliction, struggle to persist, to reclaim my reign from your embrace. Our paths have untwined. Never thought I would be without you. As we surrender, lost in the memories of a time with you, with you, with you. I never sensed a bomb so pure, fearless spirit, wild and adventurous, drawn together that we couldn't hide. Lost myself in this situation, trapped in the void, fighting for response, drifting apart like the moon and tide. The grip of fate, a tightening noose, redemption.
Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. Alright, see? Naturally, you go pick up the bottle by its neck. With your fingers upside down. Look at this photograph on the night of the murder. The defendant, Mr. Wright, sat here, playing piano, bottles of grape juice on the floor to the side of his piano bench. He would have naturally picked up the balls upside down several times. Whoa, can't believe it, that was simple. Recall our dinner that evening, Christoph. I was drinking my usual juice then too. Basically, you need the bottle on the table to do the deed, but then you must have remembered. So you went and picked up one of the bottles from under the piano, and you switched the bottles. You took one of Mr. Wright's bottles and made it look like the murder weapon. Yeah, he's cooked. We won, guys. Fascinating. So this is the legendary attorney's famed tactic of misdirection. What? You claim that I switched the bottle. Where is your proof? What? You're on. When you need a... Do you recall I requested an additional investigation? Ah, yes, I have your memo about that here. Retrieve the bottles from under the piano at the Borscht Bowl Club. And here's one of the bottles in question. What are you doing to dox the fingerprints too? I would be surprised if any were on, but... Eh? Say, Paul, why don't you go ahead and examine that bottle? What, why? Humor. That bottle will solve this case once and for all. Okay. Wait, what? Call that unpleasant voice. Okay, I might not speak enough now. My voice is a little bit hurting. Okay, so... Huh. The 5 of hearts. This is the card. The balls were swapped. The only one who could have done was the 4th person in the club that night. You, Mr. Christoph Gavin. Whoa, whoa, whoa. He is one with the force. I keep forgetting that this game is ridiculous when it comes to exposing criminals. Is this your idea of revenge, Phoenix Wright? Revenge? Revenge for the revenge that took away your attorney's badge 7 years ago? My past is like my logic, straight and true. Nothing's changed. All I did was point the finger of justice in the proper direction. Fine. I'm glad we could have this little tete-a-tete. Right. This... This guy got left out. Damn. I believe this time we've finally come to the end of our trial. Mr. Payne, do you have a report for us on Christoph Gavin? He's admitted everything. We're processing his arrest now. I see. Still, one has to wonder why he would do such a thing. He didn't even have a connection to the victim, did he? None that we know of. Mr. Wright, you have anything to add? I'm afraid I can't shed any more light on the matter. About this victim, Mr. Shady Smith, his occupation was listed as traveler. An odd profession, to be sure. And that's all we know about him. Alright? 7 years and you still haven't lost your touch. What kind of touch, Judge? Would you care to enlighten us? Nah, I'm just kidding. Christoph Gavin was a man with much significance for me, both as a friend and as a lawyer. He was extremely talented, to be sure. I needed two things before I could confront him. The first was a place where no injustice would be tolerated, this courtroom. The second was a man who would tolerate no injustice. In other words, a defense attorney. You, Apollo. Me? It is a dark time for our legal system. Twisting of justice brought on by our very old initial trial system. We have to set it right. Our work lies ahead of us, and I, for one, am looking forward to it. Well, this seems like a good time to announce a verdict. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Phoenix, right. Finally! We're done. And another 2 hours has been spent of my time. Uh, Mr. Gay. Yeah, he is gay. I mean, the demeanor alone, he's already gay. This again. Your daughter. That's right. She's my daughter. You know, you were right about this one. What? Right said his pass was state and true, but he's bent for Edgeworth. I mean, you cannot deny that. Wait, hold on. Was it this? Or? Oh my. We use a forged evidence. Oh no. Hmm. Well, that's the end of it. Okay, so we really. Yeah, that's also my question. Where was Edgeworth when Righty got disbarred from doing the law? Okay, I think that would be enough for now. I guess you guys can also notice it that my voice is a little bit tired now. I should really play this game with some friends to help me with the dialogues. I can't read this all in one go. All right. I'm gonna end the stream here. There will be no more intermission before the black screen of ending. So yeah, that's it for the first case of a very very long journey we will be having with this game. So yeah, again, thank you all guys for watching and tuning in, and I'm sorry if I sound a lot tired. Yeah, anyways, see you all in the next stream, and have a safe and wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.
There's a threshold you cross when the book starts to turn. It's a rook cheating your presence of peace. Stories rewrite, stars fleet the night, judging the cover by look. There's a dusty old line in the sand, blown to bits by my past. No longer tempting the muse. People can change, I promise I made. Fight over, fight, I refuse. Give and take, ties that you break. Why you can say you don't
Damn, my voice really got battered. Huh. Anyways, hope you all enjoy the stream. Yeah, I might need some help next time. Yeah, I really stopped like reading most of the dialogue a quarter of our way at the end there. Yeah, I might pull in some friends in to help me out in this stream. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Bye guys, and I'll see you all next stream. Bye.